Good morning, ODeL student champions. This morning, we're going to look at accessing e-resources at the University of Rwanda remotely. So the main focus of today's presentation is really to show you why we should use e-resources, what are the benefits, and how we can access them from home, especially at this time of COVID-19, where the university is not open for us to come physically to the library. I am called Dr. Robina Kalimira Namuleme, the university librarian, and I'm very pleased to have this opportunity to share with you the resources that we have that will assist you in your learning and research processes. Basically, the presentation is quite short and it will look at 4 main points. We shall look at what online resources are. Then we shall say why would we would like to use them. And then we should see what is available here and now that we can use. And then we want to see how can I access online resources remotely. And before that, we shall try to understand what online resources are. That's going to be the next focus. An online resource is any information source that can only be accessed using a computer. This may be an electronic version of a print material, or it could be an item that is electronically without any other print version of it. That is an electronic resource. And I want us to really consider the scope of the electronic resources so that we can understand what is the spectrum of electronic resources. Electronic resources can be electronic journals, can be electronic books, can be reference materials, can be digital collections, can be newscasts. So there are a wide range of electronic resources that support teaching, learning, and research. Other electronic resources that are also useful are mainly from essential websites. Like if you want information about University of Rwanda, the University of Rwanda website would have information on how maybe to get admission and things. So that information is still electronic, although it is not for research purposes, but it can answer questions. So electronic materials do not get only accessed for writing assignments, but you could need a quick answer to something or a quick way of fixing something. That's when electronic resources come in handy for you to be able to respond to that need for information. And we want to understand, why should we use e-resources anyway, particularly in this time of COVID-19? We are saying that they provide you with up-to-date information. They are convenient to use if you have the essential gadgets that you need. And also they guide you on how to go about using them. Most of them will have a button which shows you what to do. If you click maybe sometimes on a question mark, it will show you how to go about finding more information. And also, as I've said, you have access to a wider range of materials than what you can access in a physical library unit. In addition, they are easy to use, as we say, and it is easy to find related materials in the same subject. So I'm finding this, but this is related to this, and then you can be able to find that information. You can even be able to browse easily with convenience, because it's on your screen. You can browse the results and make a decision whether you want to open the article or title, or you want to continue checking. Also, electronic resources provide an opportunity for simultaneous access. As we know in the library, if an item is borrowed by me maybe, and maybe it is only one, you'll have to wait. And you can imagine in the case of the University of Rwanda, where we have a big number of students, that means you may take months without being able to access what you want. But an electronic book or an journal article gives an opportunity for us to access simultaneously. So this is why we are promoting these resources as much as possible. Then finally, there are so many benefits, but for this case, I want to stop here. There is this benefit of convenience. Convenience is a very important benefit of using e-resources because you can use them from home, you can access them in the bus, if you are on the train, wherever. I mean, wherever you are, as long as you have your phone that has some data on it, you can be able to access information with a lot of convenience. So one has to look at the modes. How are these accessible? Because there are various modes of accessing electronic resources, and this is what I want us to look at next. The first access is by IP address, and this is where you are restricted only to the campus access. To say if you are at Busogo, you only access at the campus, and because the campuses have been activated, you don't have to have any username. You just go to any machine that is connected on the URL network, and then you can access. So you don't need a username or password there. Then we have the second one, which is authenticated access. That is where we will need a username and a password. And this is where we are going to dwell more for today's presentation, because we want to show you how you can access resources from home, and there you will need to have a username and a password. Then there are resources that do not need the password, like when you go to check EDA, you look at newspapers, you look at dictionaries, those online materials do not need authentication. The ones that need authentication, I'll explain the reason why, is because they come at a price, and because they come at a price, they have to have people that are authorized to use them. So this is why you need to have the authentication. We shall now look at the steps. I'll go through the simple steps that you can follow to access online resources, and bear with me for 1 minute. I'll have to go online now to then show you where and how we can access online resources at the University of Rwanda. Online. Chrome. Yeah, so I've gone to the University of Rwanda website, the University of Rwanda, so that I can take you through step by step to know how you can follow and access e-resources when you are in your own settings, in your own environments. So we start with the University of Rwanda, there like that. If we click on the University of Rwanda, if we put in the URL of University of Rwanda, I hope you can follow my cursor. We click on the library. If you have your machines with you, you can follow with me in the background. So when you click on the university library, it will take you to a page. So it's taking a bit of time, but I'm sure this internet is working. It's broken. Click on reload. It's not running. Let me tell them. Yeah. Okay, let me just go through as they fix the issue of the website, and then we can continue with where we stopped, and then we shall do the demo after. So we are saying that on the library's website, you will find a link which is called Search and Find. So on that link, you just scroll on that drop down menu, and then you'll see where there is remote access, and there you'll click on that link, and the link will take you to the library website, as you can see there. So when you are there, you click on remote access, as we said, after which then it takes you to a page that asks you to log on from wherever you are, because we said you're going to be logging on remotely. So then you enter the password and username in this screen that is provided here, and as the internet is fixed, we are going to see it practically. So you put in the username and password, and then it will take you to a screen that looks like this. So in that screen, then you put in your keywords that you want to search for, or the search term, because you can see it is showing you a search button where you can enter your search terms. Then you enter according to the discipline that you are trying to research on. So then you proceed to look at the results that you have returned, that you have obtained. In this demonstration, if the network comes properly, I'm going to show you. I searched for genocide in Rwanda, and then I was able to look at what was returned and selected one of the articles to make sure I can be able to download it and save it on my machine. And I want to suggest that when these slides are presented to you, you go through the same processes and then be able to download articles as you please. As we said, you need to click on the right-hand side of the many results on the article that you've selected. There will be the word, and then select PDF to ensure that you can download the full article. And then you can be able to download it and save it on your machine, as I show you in this demo here. I want also to talk about, this is an article that I've downloaded, and then I can save on my machine for future use and use for research. Then I want also to demonstrate another facility that I want you to get used to as you work outside of the University of Rwanda, within your own homes or offices, and this is Research for Life. Research for Life provides us with databases that are free to us but paid for by an organization called Research for Life. There are resources on health, in the area of health sciences, there's humanities, engineering, innovation. So all those resources can be accessed through Research for Life. Not that they are not accessible through the main website, but this is to show you as many options as possible. that if you cannot be able to succeed on the main website, you can also use Research for Life. But still, the good thing with the main interface that I showed you, it still searches all the resources that you have, even Research for Life inclusive. But I wanted to show Research for Life specifically, such that if you are specific and you want to go only for medical research or for law, then just go directly to this interface. So the URL for Research for Life is there, and you copy the URL as shown and paste it in any browser, as I showed you there. Once you have that URL, it will take you to a place where you'll have a menu with many other icons, but select the one for login. And then you'll have the username and password as shown there. And then use it to access. Alternatively, you could also use the links provided below to take you to one by one, each one of them separately. Then, when you click on it, the process is the same. You put in the username and password and search as described above. The process is similar. It's only because this is a different interface that I wanted you to know about. Yeah, once you've logged in, it will take you to a page like that. And then you continue to see the different disciplines, as I've said. There's Hinari for health, there's ALD, there's Oware, there's Agora for agriculture. So you can decide to go to a specific one. Unlike in the first interface, you don't have to really know the interface you are searching. You just put a keyword and then it will search everything that you have in the University of Rwanda, and then you'll be able to retrieve and download the information that you require. I want to caution you that the passwords are, especially for the two passwords that are going to be provided, are all private, so they do not have to be shared by unauthorized users. As you remember, I said at the start, that there is authenticated access. So if users are not authenticated to use the resources and they are given the passwords, then the university the service can be discontinued, because it is for registered students of the University of Rwanda and staff. So if the user abuses this service, what happens is that they discontinue access of the country. So it becomes a countrywide problem. So I want to request that we use these passwords responsibly and make sure we don't give them to people in the internet cafes or people from other institutions, because they would be having their own passwords, especially on Research for Life. So basically, it's the same screen showing you that when you've logged in, this is the page that you're presented with. And then you can then search for instance, in this case, I clicked on Agora because there were several and I clicked on one of them. And then it gives you a list of, it gives you a search button, a search box, where you can now put in the keywords, maybe depending on the kind of subject you want to search on, and then you'll have the results generated, after which you'll browse and then be able to download what you require. I've also included the contact details for further support. If you find you need any help, you can contact any of the people that are underlisted here for you to get further information and further support. Because there could be a time maybe when you cannot download. And also something else, if you cannot access information, or if you cannot download something, don't just say it does not work. Contact us for support and you'll be supported to be able to succeed in your searching process. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Questions?
I wonder whether there are questions on the chat that we can. What happened? Hello? You can join Google Meet and then ask questions. And I hope you've tried to practice on your machines as I was trying to explain the different steps. And maybe if you want a replay or something, a recap of anything, please let me know.
Icyo nakubwira ngo nyine guhindura mashini ariko ariko it's okay. Ubwo turakoresha iyi. Niba baza ari mu username is your registration number both.
You can now ask questions in chat or through Google Meet, and then I'll be responding to them. Yeah, so I'm trying to demonstrate Research for Life. I wonder whether you see my screen.
You can see.
Yeah, on the screen. On the screen, as I said, when you finish typing Research for Life, I think you can see this, the URL. Once you've typed it in, let me start up afresh so that you get to really follow. Copy. So I've pasted it here. So when I search like that, it works. It takes me to this screen here. So I can log in here. When you click on login, it will take you to another page. So it takes you to that page, and then when it takes you to that page, you have, as I was saying, there is Agora for agriculture, there is ARDI for innovation and technology, there is Gowari for law, there is Hinali for health, and Owari for environment. So irrespective of what you want to search, it is the same username and password. So in this case, I've clicked on Agora. I wonder whether, are they students of medicine? So yeah, let me go back and click on Hinari. So if I search here for anything, maybe crop husbandry, let me just try something like that. It doesn't have to be caps, it's only because I had caps on my machine. So it gives me these many results, which I then can decide. Here it says the impact of crop husbandry practices. Then if I clicked on that, you can see that now it gives me an option to download the PDF, as you can see. First and foremost, I would advise that you check the abstract to see if whatever they are giving you, in fact, it has even come, because the way it is now, it is HTML, but if you want a proper PDF, then you have to click here, but already it is opened. You can see. Can you see from my machine? I hope you can, sorry. So then if you want to save it, that's when you go to download. So you click on PDF. It's a 19-page document, so then you can when you can download, you can now save it, and then use it for future reference. I want also to demonstrate accessing remotely without going to the university library, because in case you find the university library not working, you shouldn't be frustrated. I want to get the link and then also paste it there so that you can see how we can access the resources remotely at the University of Rwanda. So this is the link. It's called HTTP proxy, but I'm going to paste it there. I think you can see it is highlighted in red. And once you have that link, make sure you really save it properly, because it's the one you're going to use continuously. So you don't have to be tied on the website. Sometimes it may break down or something, but you make sure you have this link working, and then you are able to access. So as I was demonstrating, it will take you to a page like this, as I said. And so the username, I'm going to type it, but Lewa will send the different to you in your emails, the usernames and passwords. So after I've typed the username and password, you will have to, it takes you to this page here. And this is where you just click on this link, which says Integrated Search System. And after clicking on that link, because this is the system to make you work from home, then it takes you now to the library, the main library, the URL library, and all the resources that you have. So here, you can then be able to search every information that you require within your topic, within your specific discipline. So if you want to put something like anatomy, and physiology, want to try and look for something, for information on anatomy and physiology, this is what I've chosen. You see that it is bringing for me, it has returned so many results, as you can see from your screens. And it says there are also 2 ebooks. So there are several, because if you are looking at a subject and you are not yet very focused, you can start from broadly, just as I've said, anatomy and physiology, and then it takes you, it can give you the different articles that are available on that subject matter. And it says that you have clinical and surgical anatomy of the liver. You have several of the articles. The role of female pelvic anatomy in infertility. Because when you are starting to do research, you don't start in a narrow way. When you start broadly, you can be able to get as many results as possible. That then later you can make a choice. This is why I say then you can browse, as you've seen. I'm able to browse my results. There are so many, as you can see, and I can continue browsing, and then I can decide to click on full text on any of them. Let me click on any of these, maybe. In this case, it is telling me that this item is from Research for Life. You could just copy and paste it in Research for Life directly. Are we together? So in this case, I can go back to my result, which is here. And then I go to Research for Life. Research for Life. Hinari. So I've gone back to Hinari because that's where there's Research for Life. And then I paste it here. So when the result comes, you need to check because it gives you an idea of where it is coming from. And then you're able to look for it and search it where it needs to be found. Yeah. So it has taken us and brought this article. So I want to now to get the full article from Research for Life. As you can see, this is why I showed you the two interfaces, because they communicate.
Can see.
Yeah, so it has now taken us here, and we can now get the PDF. Look at this one. This would be. The same also. Timed out. Right? You can keep waiting. We've had a technical problem. Internet is being fixed. Sorry about this. Hello, sorry for the interruption of there was a breakdown of internet here, but I want to explain that the confidentiality is for University of Rwanda students and staff only. It's not for students of University of Rwanda have the right to get the passwords. Hello, sorry for the interruption. This is why Mr. Leo will give you the usernames and passwords to ensure that you can be able to access. And in this presentation, you're going to have the usernames and passwords. They are included in this presentation that we're going to share after this presentation. That's all I can say about confidentiality. It's about ensuring that the resources are used by authorized users who are University of Rwanda students and staff and can be able to access the resources, because as I said at the beginning, the resources are paid for and therefore they must be used by authorized users. So as soon as I finish this presentation, Mr. Leo is going to share with you the presentation itself, but it also includes passwords and usernames. But I'm requesting you that you keep them, share them with the fellow students and maybe staff who may want of the University of Rwanda. And another thing I want to mention is that especially the Research for Life passwords cannot be used outside of the country. I wonder if there is any other question that was picked from the chat. Someone is saying that would like to request you to upload the videos and PowerPoint presentations on the platform so we can download them later. Yes, we shall do this. Ben is going to do this, and then you'll make sure you can follow the presentation and also the video, and then you follow us. Sorry, the internet was not very good, but I hope we can follow. And also a better video is going to be prepared and put on the platform for you to follow at leisure. Here as student representatives, so which methods are we going to be used to train our fellows? We are ready to serve our friends, referring to this knowledge. I think one of the ways that you're going to follow is to, one, share with them the video, inform them of the availability of this video and also the PowerPoint. But make sure when you are sharing, you also let them know that they need to keep the passwords and usernames to themselves and the University of Rwanda students. This is a moral issue. We may not really police it so well, but really tell you that for morality issues, please make sure no one will go after you to see that you've not given it to someone from Mount Kenya or whatever, but for the benefit of the University of Rwanda and not for the service to be disconnected, we request that we use it it gets used by university registered students. Thank you for appreciating the response. And I want again to apologize that the network was not very good. But I want to recap now that we are communicating to let you know that there are a wide range of e-resources available to you, and that the purpose of this presentation was TIL for people in agriculture, IEEE. So all those resources are now can be searched through this single interface without you going to one by one. Because we know that you are at home and you cannot access the website sometime, and even when you access the website, you may not be able to download. But the link I've given you for remote access, which is called proxy, has been specifically bought and purchased to help you to download and access resources from your different locations. So when you use that proxy link, it now opens the library to you wherever you are, and then it opens the LibHub, which is a single search interface where you can search for all the resources that you have. The question was, is Hinali also included? Yes, Hinali is included, but sometimes you may have to go to Research for Life itself. This is why I demonstrated both of them. And if you can't find it through the discovery tool, then You can discover it by going to Research for Life directly. Can we have those passwords and username for our... let me... Is it... Can I say them? Yeah, the username for the library, there is small l, then the word library without a space. Let me just write them here on a Word document. Yeah, I'm going to write UN. I've sent the password to you. You can try and let us know, because with this password and that URL I provided, then you can access the resources remotely without having to go anywhere, because you have this. It is like a door to the online resources at the University of Rwanda, but from your locations, without you having to come to the university network. Sorry. I am saying that the username and library and the password has been provided, and check in the chat and copy it, then you can use it. Thank you. I wonder if there are any other questions that you want us to deal with. Another question says, we are ready for any... We are ready. Oh, it was you? Okay. So do I take it that now we are able to try out the e-resources, both EZ-Proxy and through EZ-Proxy and through Research for Life, and then we can access remotely? If there are no further questions, I want to thank you very much for your kind attention, and we are available to answer any questions that have not been dealt with. I thank you very much indeed.
Okay, dear students, we are done with the section for e-resources for the University of Rwanda, and the presenter is live on the chat. Keep on asking any question, not only on this live chat for this Google Meet, rather even in the module you will have a discussion forum. You are free to keep on posting some questions. But the following section was about presenting you how do we deal with offline versions for our e-learning platform. Of course, I've shared with you some presentation about it, but allow me to go quickly and show you how do we deal with offline versions. So we are expecting our shared program with you within the module, namely training for ODeL student champions. And this was the key question that I've been asking. How can we deal with this e-learning platform even without internet? Allow me to pass through it quickly and we remain with the guidelines. So what the purpose of offline versions for this e-learning platform? One, we know that most of you are dealing with smartphones which are running Android. Others, they have Windows running on their desktop or mobile or laptops. So we need you to be able to have your learning materials even at your home, even though you don't have internet. Hope you understand the purpose for this offline version. As I'm saying, you can install this Moodle version on your smartphone, and so that even when you be at your home without internet, without a bundle, if you click on that Moodle, you have access to your learning material at your home. And if you have your laptop, you can install desktop version so that from your home you are able to navigate through their learning materials. Allow me to start by mobile application for this e-learning platform. So you have an e-learning platform. All of us will have credentials on it. We are using it. We know how do we log in, how do we get access to our learning materials. Now, let us see how do we install offline version of this e-learning platform on our smartphones. Remember that these versions that I'm going to show you are those smartphones which are running Android. So, allow me to use a small demo. You will try to follow this demonstration. One, all of us will have, when you say that we have mobile phones which are running Android, we know what we call Play Store. Play Store is the application that you have in our smartphones which have all applications which can run within our mobile. So when you open your Play Store, you will be able to have access to search apps. And if you click on search apps, you are able to write Moodle. Moodle, single M, double O, D, L, E. So when you search on it, you will see a setup for this Moodle application from Play Store. And if you click on install, you see what will happen. You click on it. First, it will download this application. You have to wait until it reach 100%. At the same time, by downloading, it will start then installing it on your mobile phone. We are installing Moodle on our e-learning platform so that when we are offline, we don't have bundles, we are able to use this Moodle. So when it is done with installation, it will ask you to open. Then when you click on open, it will run. First, it will ask you, what is your e-learning platform you need to copy from online to your mobile phone? Get that question, please. When you reach on this section, which is asking you the site address, remember that it is asking you the address for our e-learning platform. And the site address is elearning.ur.ac.rw. Try to do that on your mobile phones, elearning.ur.ac.rw. Then by typing that name of our e-learning address, then you click on connect so that you are connecting your mobile application that you have installed on your mobile via the online system that we have. The next step, it will ask you your username and the password. Remember that starting this training, we have mentioned that we need all of you students to use the registration number as your username. And if you have a separate username, which is not the registration number, please refer to the support contact that I've shared with you and request for support to customize that. We need to harmonize so that all of us as students, our username that I have to use is registration number. The default password should be the one that I've chosen on our choice, but the default username should be our registration number. Then you put your username and your password that you are using online. Please, some are trying to create other credentials here. Remember, the system will recognize a user who is online and who needs to shift now from online to offline. That was the demonstration of installing offline version of Moodle on our mobile phones. Hope you will do that. If you face any challenge, feel free to chat with us. We have a live chat here, or you type your question within the given for discussion forum. Number two, allow me to talk about desktop version for this e-learning platform. That was for the mobile phones. You have your smartphone, you need to download all learning materials when you have internet, so that when you'll be at your home, you will be able to read the uploaded learning materials. You have the activities to be done, but as it is offline, it will not be synchronized with this common e-learning platform. So suppose you have a discussion forum, you can react on it, but to be sent, to be accessible by others and your facilitator or your lecturer, you need internet connection. You will be having assignment and quiz. Offline, you are able to navigate your assignments, you provide your feedbacks, you provide your answers, but to be synchronized with the common e-learning platform, that side will need internet connection. Understand the purpose for offline mainly is to get access on e-learning materials even when we don't have internet. So let us see how do we install the desktop version. Suppose we have the laptops, Positivo, maybe you have your desktop in your house and you need to install this offline version on your local machine so that you will be able to use it even when you don't have internet. So within this module that you are using during this training, we have shared a link to download the desktop version. If you click on this, it will take you to the storage of Windows. Then, for Moodle, it will ask you which version do you need to install. Are you having a Mac? If your laptop is having the Mac as operating system, or you have a laptop or desktop which is running Microsoft. When you say Microsoft, you are saying like Windows 7, Windows 10, Windows 8. In that case, you will click here on Get It from Microsoft. You might even be running Linux, Ubuntu. We have also its version down here. But most of us, we are running Microsoft Windows as the operating system. So by clicking on this link, normally it will take you to the Microsoft website to be able to get the mobile desktop. Hope you are following me. It is categorized under educational applications. When you click on Get, it will ask you what is your Microsoft account that do you have. All of dear students, you have Microsoft accounts. Hope you know them. If you don't know them, please, we have to refer to our Office of ICT to ask them to customize our Microsoft account. But for us, if you don't have this, you should get it. You can even use your Hotmail account. You can create any Hotmail account or Outlook. It's free, it's very open. So you have to wait until it gets download. So you get it. When the internet is slow, you have to wait. Yeah. You try to download it. And when it will be downloaded, it will ask you also to install it. You install it in your desktop. It will ask you the site address, which is elearning.ur.ac.rw, and it will ask you the username and the password. For our side, we are facing internet problem, but for other sections that have been, other groups that have been in training, they managed to install all of those offline versions. And when you face any challenge, we will be ready to support you via chats and forum. Keep on trying on your side. Normally, when you click on the gate, it should come immediately. So don't give up, please. As you are waiting it to be downloaded, let us see what are the challenges that you are facing. I have a question to presenter who presented how to update your profile general navigation in Moodle, but I did not get the answer. Oh, sorry. Matthias, can you repeat your question? What was your question? Matthias? Those questions who are asking from when are we starting to study, for sure, some questions are beyond our control. We can't tell you that we're resuming our studies tomorrow or after tomorrow. What we know is that we have to wait until the further notice. What is possible? You have to remain connected. Your learning materials are there, and you have to wait for the official announcement when we resume our studies. Of course, you will be communicated. So I want to know if is somebody who managed to download this desktop version on his laptop and managed to install it, because we have internet challenge today. For you who is raising the question about how to change the profile, so what are we supposed to do? The question was how dashboard works. So how does dashboard works? How does dashboard works? Look, when you come to log in your profile, normally on your right side, you have sub-menus. We have dashboard, we have profile, we have grades, we have messages, we have preference, and we have logout. The first one for dashboard, if you click on it, it's as if it is summarizing all activities that you have on your module. Which module are you supposed to be following now? What are the timelines? The activities that you have in your modules, what are their timelines? Are supposed to be done from which time up to when? You have it on your right side. So for others, for changing your profile, you will not pass through the dashboard, rather you will pass through preferences. If you click on the preferences under your name, nearby your name, you will have either you can change your profile if your names are wrongly written. If you need to change your password or email, you can pass it through edit profile. But for changing password, suppose all of you have a default password, which is your registration number, and we are encouraging you to use separate password to your registration number. Rather, you can use the same password as the one that you're using on your email. You can't forget that one. If you have a Gmail account, feel free to use the same password as here on your e-learning platform. In that case, you will click on change password and it will ask you the current password if you were using your registration number. Previously, you have to write your registration number and the new password. Which password now do you need to replace your registration number? You paste it on new password, and when you click on save, it will now replace your default registration number, which was your password, to the new one that you come to choose. So, and you have to click on save changes. So after that, under preferences again, some people might be comfortable with French rather than English. You know that by default, these layouts or icons are in English, but you can say, let me prefer French. Feel free, you can come here on preference language. We have some languages which are set here. By default, you have English and French and Kiswahili. If you choose French and you save change, what are you doing? You are changing the icons of your profile in French, not all the content. You see, where we had edit the profile, now we have modifier le profil. Where we had change the password, now we have changer le mot de passe. Then if you go within your module, for example, let us go back within our module. So look, you can't change the content in French. It will remain in English, but suppose let us go to participate in a given discussion forum. If I was belonging in a given group, sorry, let us see. Oh, let me see this assignment. Let me see. Look at the status. It will become in French, the statut de remise. To everything will be changed in French except the content. Statut de travaux remis. It means that the status of uploaded work, that the remise date for submission, it will change the submenus in your comfortable language. It's up to you. So remember that now if I need to go back to my preferences to remain in English, I have to come back here on preference languages. Then I have to bring back again English. So we are expecting maybe very soon even to have it in Kinyarwanda. We are doing our best. We hope it will be done very soon because I have partnership with Moodle. That was your question. Hope it is answered. Just downloaded the mobile desktop and how to change the profile photo. How to change the profile photo? Look, if I click on preferences, then I go to edit profile. Hope you are following me. Then you go down. I said within the profile you can change your first name and the last name. If it is wrongly written, you can change the email. You can even change your location. It's up to you. You can describe more yourself. Just put a small bibliography, and you have now user picture. If you have a picture on your screen, on your desktop, or on your flash, you are able to update the picture. You will come here on this section, you click on add, then you choose where your image is located. Let us see if our colleague might have any image here. Let us see. So when you come on section of image, you can check and you choose it and you upload it. Then you wait until it is uploaded and you save. In that case, what you will see, the image will be changed. And we advise you to upload your image. Feel free, there's no problem because it's your personal profile. So you have seen it. Let me see if there's another problem. Thank you. You need, okay, satisfied how change profile photo. You have seen it. I think you can download Moodle without using Microsoft Store. Yes, yeah, you can do that. You can do that. You can do that based on internet that you have. So you see it has been updated, and you go down and you update profile. You will see what will happen to the profile for our lecturer. For example, you see there was nothing, but very soon it is going to change and to show us the image of the profile. So it will come. Let us be back again. How to change? Thank you. Okay. Hope there's no other question. But I think download Moodle. Okay. Okay. How can you change? I think okay. Thank you for all your contributive remarks and questions. For us, you will allow us to stop by here our presentation for today, and highly request you to keep on passing through this module. Let us see. We are done with the offline version for this e-learning platform, and we have the live session for it. We hope that we will remain with you within these chats. So after this, we are requesting you now to evaluate this day. We have after training evaluation for day 1. If you come here, you will see that you have some questions to be responded. Let us open it, and we will request you to respond to those questions. You participate on it. You are evaluate your first day so that tomorrow we can continue with the remaining presentations respecting your shared comments. So allow me to open this evaluation so that you can help us to evaluate the first day. Okay. You will be only asked to refresh your page in a few minutes, please. Just 1 minute. If you refresh your page, you will see that now you are able to respond to this question. Yeah, now we have 30 minutes for responding to those questions. So we are waiting for your feedbacks. Okay. So could you please refresh your page and evaluate this first day training? So you have 80 questions and you are waiting for your feedbacks. Hope you are able to see it. Your feedbacks are highly appreciated. And tomorrow we are starting at 8. Hope we will have enough internet. We'll make a recap. We'll make a recapitulation for what I've covered today from 8 to 9. And we're expecting to close tomorrow by 12. Thank you for your kind attention and hope to remain together within discussion section. Okay. If you ask about quiz, when you lose your connection, in case of you are doing quiz, could you resume? Okay, maybe you will come back on this presentation tomorrow, but if you have done any activity which has been graded, assignment or a quiz, and you need to see your grade, nearby your name, where your names are appearing and your image, we have a section of grades. If you click on the grade, you will see all activities within which I've been participating and how have you been graded. For me, because I'm using the account of lecturer, you can't see that. But if you click on this side, you click on the grade, all activities that you have been completed, you will be able to see under their grades. And in case you are doing a quiz and the internet or connection or the power goes off, what will happen? You have seen that when you are doing a quiz, the counter is counting. The counter is counting the time that it is remaining. You will see that. In case you lose internet or connection for a short time, you will be able to resume, but you not repeat those one you have done. Rather, you will see how you can continue. You will proceed with the remaining time. I think my colleague has shown you. Look, if you click on attempt, immediately the counter will start counting and you will be aware of the remaining time. For me, you see, as I start, this quiz is out of 20 minutes. In that case, it will be counting. In case I lose internet, when I was on 15 minutes, I'm done with 5, I'm remaining with 15 minutes, and I lose connection for 5 minutes, that lost time will be subtracted to this time allocated. And in case your whole time is done without be able to resume your connectivity, reason why we are requesting you to know who is facilitating this activity, who is the lecturer, who is the teacher for this module. In that case, you will have to contact him and provide your problem, because all of our training that you are doing to the side of the lecture, we are requesting them to avail their contacts, their details. So don't worry, you will be able to present your question, because all of us will know under which situation you will be running. Feel free, you have to inform him that you didn't finish your quiz because of internet connection. He can provide you an extra time for doing your quiz, you especially. Thank you for your question. Let us see how can to make and subscribe to any course you have already. Okay. No man who has the permission to enroll you in a given module. Hope you have understood in the morning how we can set self-enrollment, as we did within this training module. We set self-enrollment and we shared with you enrollment key. You have enrolled yourself in this module. And in case you are enrolled in a given module and you need to leave it, again, we have the contacts for the lecturer who is facilitating this module. For example, if I open one of these, you have to ask him to enroll you, because you have been enrolled by yourself or by him, to be able to remove, to go out from a given module that you are enrolled in, you have to request for the facilitator to be able to enroll you. You can't do that on your own. So, done with the quiz. Very simple now. Wow. Thank you.
And you can check marks.
And how do you check marks? Let us see. When you are done with a given activity, like let us come back on this module that you did. How do you check grades? If you have an activity like an assignment that you have done and you need to check your grades, by clicking on, let me try to see how do you get grades. Normally, if you click on a quiz that you have submitted and you are done with this, let me see one module where I can join as a student. Let me participate in a quiz and show you how do you get access to your quiz. Okay, here this account, I'm a student in this module. Let me participate in a given quiz. Okay, let me see if, okay, you will have attempt quiz. I'm attempting now. So I choose the answer randomly. You choose the right answer, you read, and when you're done with this page, you click next page, because lecture has set this assignment, this quiz, so that every 2 questions are on the same page. In that case, I have to choose and make next. So remember that whenever you are done with your quiz, you have to click finish attempt, and it will ask you, are you done really with this quiz? In that case, you have to confirm, submit all and finish. Are you really done? Because if the attempt set is only 1, you can't resume your works after completing here. Submit all and finish. Let me wait for the system to grade me. You see, now I have got 2 out of 10. This is my grade. Suppose let me go back on my module, and if I click on that quiz again, if I click on it, I will be able to see the scored grade here. I have submitted this at this time and I have been scored 2. So in that case, you are done. How do you get access to your grade for a given quiz? You have been given assignment on this topic. Hope you will manage to sit for those assignments. You have 2 assignments. The first one for open question, and you have the last one for evaluation. Try to work on those assignments. Tomorrow we'll show how do you get the grade from the assignment. How do you claim with your teacher? You can not be satisfied with a given grade, and you are free to claim. Hope you do that tomorrow morning. Hope you are evaluating us via this assessment forum. Okay. So thank you for your attention. Hope to see you tomorrow morning at 8. Thank you. Bye-bye.